Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk about what everybody hates to talk about, and that's bed bugs. So I've got a lot of information about bed bugs, and it is very key to a good treatment when it comes down to the exact functions. So what I do is I do a steam and vac treatment on every bit of furniture that's in your house. So that's your mattress, your box spring, your bed frame, that's your end tables, your nightstands, your dresser. Basically, if it's got a crevice, it's got to get treated. Now, with the steam and the vac, the steam is really important to kill bugs that I can't see. So when I'm steaming something like a baseboard, it takes roughly 5 seconds for them to die from the steam at 55 degrees. So it's really important that every area gets steamed, and that means I need access to all of those areas. Now, when it comes to prep, I do have a prep list, and one of the biggest things is wrap up all of your linens and fabric items, all of your clothes. You will be living out of bags for the next 10 to 14 days, but that is to eliminate safe harbor spots for bed bugs. Now, one thing that's really important is please do not spray any pesticides. So no Raid, no One Shot, no Home Defense, none of that. What happens when you spray pesticides is they're incredibly keen on scent, so they immediately go for the hills. Now, bed bugs normally stick to your mattress, your bed, and the area around that. But when you apply pesticides, now they're afraid, so now they might go to your kitchen. They might go to your bathroom. They will travel up to roughly 30 feet in order to find a meal. So if you scare them, they'll just travel away from your bed. And now we're not hunting them in predictable spots. Now we have to look everywhere. This does create a challenge when it comes to treatment. And in some cases, because of the time involved, it does cost more. Things like diatomaceous earth, fantastic for pest control. It will do a great job. Now, diatomaceous earth is usually used incorrectly. When it comes to application, you don't want a mountain. You want a light dusting of whatever the area would be. Its modus is basically seashells that slice open the bed bug and it dries them out from the inside out. They don't do too well when they start getting dry. They just die, which is kind of nice. Diatomaceous earth is great, but it will not completely eliminate the problem. Now, when it comes to prep, again, your dressers have to be empty. Your end tables have to be empty. I need full access to everything in the issued areas. So that might even mean your living room. Your tables around your living room, depending on if somebody sleeps there, or if somebody has migrated a few bugs from the bedroom into the living room. It is a different type of issue, and everything needs to be treated. Now, the good part about a spread out issue that's affecting the living room as well is they will generally stay in the predictable areas unless pesticides like Raid or One Shot or Home Defense are being used. And then again, we have a dispersion of the bugs. Now, when it comes to treatment time, I have to go in all of the places that no one looks. That might mean that you have family photos hiding in there. That might mean you have money hiding in there. That might mean that you have drugs or a weapon in there. To me, I don't want to see any weapons. I don't want to see any drugs. I don't want to see any needles. So if you have diabetic needles, or if you have a firearm that you have for personal safety, please make sure that they are locked up in safe areas where I will not come in contact with them. When it comes to treating inside the furniture, like sofas, recliners, steam is being used on the inside, so I do need to be. I'm gonna get into all of the nitty gritties just to make sure that you guys don't have an ongoing issue. With bed bugs, generally what happens, and this is in a typical situation without any pesticides being applied. The females will stay close to the bed, but not on the bed. The males will stay on the bed because they want to be as close to the food source as they can be. Females are also thinking the same thing, but females have an extra hurdle to jump over, and that's the males are constantly trying to inseminate them. That insemination is called traumatic insemination, since they use their penis to lacerate the abdomen of the female and then fertilize the eggs from there. Once that's done a single time, she is now continuously able to produce young. So it is really important to make sure that we're getting those females, because they are the ones that lay the eggs. Now the eggs you'll probably see on peripheral furniture like your nightstand. Now they look like pearl white little tufts of hair that are pulled out of some fabric. But you'll notice wood does not have fabric, so those little tufts of hair are actually bedbug eggs. Now this steam breaks the anchor that ties it to the wood, and steam also kills the egg itself. So it really is important. Now one of the big things when I'm there doing a physical treatment is my job is to eliminate over 90% of the live insects on the steam and vac treatment. This does not include the residual pesticide spray. So I've already eliminated 90% at this point. I'm closing up my physical treatment, and now I'm starting my chemical application, which is a residual spray that I apply, and that residual spray will last outdoors anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, depending on weather. Indoors, it does have a little bit better sustainability, which means that it'll be continuing to kill bugs for quite some time. Now, that spray is going to get them agitated, as I've already mentioned in this video. That agitation is actually really important when it comes to the bed bugs resolution. They'll lay in wait. We don't need them to lay in wait. We need them to move. So that scent in the air will cause them to get scared, cause them to look for a better place to hide. Now, the residual spray, I'm able to spray cracks and crevices, which means that's exactly where they go to hide. They need to feel compressed in order to feel safe. So it's really important that we apply that application properly, which means I need full access to all of your baseboards and any cracks and crevices. Now when they go to hide deeper and deeper, they're just going to get better wedged in that pesticide, and they're not going to survive. Now resistance is a real thing with bed bugs. So when it comes to bed bugs and resistance, that 90% kill is vital to a good resolution. If we don't kill enough, then we are still leaving enough where they are going to breed and then continue. Now, with resistance bugs, their young have a 50% chance of also getting that resistance. So, that being said, we need to do a second treatment 2 weeks after the first application. So, the reason that we do it 2 weeks after, bed bugs will stay in their eggs for roughly 10 days. If I miss any eggs, I need to be able to catch them, and that means that I need to be there with my steamer and my vac to extinguish any leftovers from the previous treatment. So if there's 100 bugs left over after the first treatment, then I have mechanical blocks in the way, which are things like insect monitors, and then I have the pesticide, which should eliminate, I would say, roughly 90% of the leftover bugs, which will leave 10% of the unkilled by the physical spray. So if we had 10 bugs left, then we have 1 bug left. And the pesticide, the mechanical insect monitors will get rid of that issue. And on my second visit, I set myself up so I'm aware when there is still a bug there. Now, when these guys feed, they release something that we call a fecal dot. And a fecal dot is easily dispersed with a steamer, so it no longer looks like a single black speck. All current fecal dots will have a starburst associated, so any new fecal dots, I know that we still do have live insects. So there are certain things that I do for myself which indicate whether or not we still have an issue, and that gives me a specific location of the issue, whether it's on a sofa, whether it's on a bed, whether it's on a nightstand. Having things like a fecal dot let me know that there's still a bug or bugs in this area, and I need to do a thorough treatment and inspection to eliminate all of the issues. So when it comes to bed bugs, we're looking at 2 treatments. One treatment is great, and sometimes we do kill all of the bugs on the first treatment. But I need to check my work. So sometimes that second treatment is just an inspection, but more often than not, it will be a full second treatment, just like the first one. So this is an involved issue. It is incredibly important to do this process correctly. And lastly, I'm going to touch on some common mistakes. So one thing that I see a lot of times is a sofa out on the front lawn, that says bed bugs on it. So if you had a sofa in your living room and you've taken it out of your house, if you've requested help, now you've probably affected somebody else's sleeping issue, and they may have bed bugs. The fact that if you're pulling it out of a bedroom, possibly upstairs, a mattress, you're shaking those bugs off the entire way down the stairs, which means that your issue is no longer in your bedroom, but now it's in your living room, it's in your hallway, it's literally everywhere. So I strongly suggest, hire me, come in, I will resolve the issue. If you've decided that that sofa, you hate it now because it might have caused an issue, and you want to throw it out, not a problem. It's been treated, it's not going to affect anybody else. So at that point, if you want to throw out your sofa or your mattress, not a big deal. It's not going to impact anybody's life, and it's not going to make your life harder. The other thing that people tend to do is buy whatever pesticide they can. There are pheromone traps that lure in the females. Again, it has its place, but when it comes to bed bugs, those pheromone traps, if you're putting them under your mattress, are just going to draw the females and the males to that area. There is an extreme need for pheromone traps. One of my favorites is called the Volcano, and it's extremely attractive and will lure in a ton of bed bugs. But that being said, I very rarely use those, and when I do, it's in extreme situations because I don't want bed bugs going to you to feed at night. We're here to do the opposite, so it's really important that you just follow some basic guidelines, and we can get whatever bed bug issue, no matter how bad, under control. So feel free to reach out to me, Diffin Pest Control, and I'm going to make one more statement. If you can teach me something, please do. Please comment. Please ask questions. If you think you know everything, there's no room to learn anything else, and I certainly want as much information as I can to make my life easier on the fix of these problems, and clients' lives easier on possibly a faster resolution, maybe an area that I haven't looked in before. Unfortunately, I do believe I've looked in all areas. I found them on phone receivers and plugs, and there is one more thing, actually, I almost forgot that I'd like to mention. On that second treatment, a lot of times I will apply a dry pesticide application called Dryone. This is an incredibly effective application. It works similar to the diatomaceous earth, where it has the seashells that slice open the skin of the bedbug, but with this particular one, it also has a pesticide included, so it's just a little bit stronger. This is one of my favorite pesticides to use because I can use it in wall sockets. I can pull baseboards away and apply it between the baseboards. There's a ton of excellent applications on that particular chemical. It's extremely effective when it comes to bed bugs. So please do follow up with any questions that you may have. If you want, you can reach out directly to me. My phone number is 289-687-9739 for Diffin Pest Control. And when you call me, you will get me there to do the service. I'm not going to send somebody else. I am the owner and operator, and that means that you do get my expertise and my professionalism in every treatment. I'm not going to send somebody that is unsure or is less capable than me. I want everything done properly, so that's what you get. Thank you very much. Bye for now.